New Member Introduction to the Patriot Research System, also called the PRS. Welcome new compatriot to an introduction to the PRS. Before viewing this video, please make sure you've completed the new member onboarding video and have access to log into sar.org. This video will help you navigate the basic features of the Patriot Research System. You'll learn how to search for patriots, search for burials in a particular cemetery, and learn about biographies. We'll tell you how you can volunteer with the PRS and earn a medal. Remember, you can access the PRS by logging into www.sar.org and select the button for PRS. The data on the Patriot Research System website represents a compilation of numerous sources and is not to be used as direct proof on SAR applications. However, this data may point you to the actual sources, which may be used as proof on a SAR application. Refer to the National Society of the Sons of the American Revolution Application Preparation Manual and NSSAR Genealogical Committee Policies Manual for the specifics of acceptable proof on ASAR application. In other words, the PRS is a great way to find clues in your research. Once you've logged into sar.org and have selected the menu option for PRS, the PRS application will open. Your screen will look something like this. This training will be describing each of the action tabs in the blue menu bar. We will start with the most important tab first, Patriot Search. As a member, you'll most likely do most of your research here. We recommend you start with a simple search, entering a surname or last name of a person who may have been a patriot, followed by the given name or first name. If you know where they lived during the Revolution, you can add the state postal abbreviation in the field for state of service. Keep in mind, their service may be in a neighboring state. Press one of the gray search buttons. You may get a list of possible matches or, if you're lucky, an exact match. Select which individual you'd like to view first. In this example, we're looking at Asahel Adams. To the right of his name is the PRS identification number or P number. Below that, you'll find 3 or more tabs, which can be selected for additional details. The default is the Patriot detail. You'll find this individual's state or state of service, his highest rank in the military, plus any patriotic and/or civil service. To the far right is a link to the Patriot's corresponding record at the Daughters of the American Revolution, another great source for more information. Not all SAR and DAR patriots have corresponding records. The next section are the dates and places of birth and death, if known. This is followed by the qualifying service to be considered a patriot. Scrolling down, we come to the section for additional references. These are books and record sets that you'll want to consult in your research. Below the reference section is a list of known spouses and children. In most cases, these are children proven by approved applications from the SAR and the DAR. They are usually not a comprehensive list of all the children born. The final section is a list of members, past and present, who have submitted an application for this individual. These often give you great clues to the patriot's descendants. At this point, you may find a record or application that carries a warning symbol, known as a genealogical notation. Let's take a closer look at these. A genealogical notation, sometimes called a genealogy flag, is a notice or warning placed on a patriot or application. These are added by our staff genealogist or by a team of genealogists with the genealogical committee. These are the result of new research that have found critical errors that impact the ability to use in Patriot or a Lineage for future applications. Often 2 or more men of the same name may live in the same state. Traditionally, service has been attributed to one particular person, but new research has found the attribution belongs to one of the other individuals. Or, a child was attributed to a patriot, but has since been proven to belong to a different couple. Here is a recent example of an individual with a genealogical notation. A non-member submitted a genealogical proof argument. stating there were two men named George Miller, but from different counties in North Carolina. The proof argument was convincing, and it has been determined this individual didn't perform the credited militia service. While rare, this does happen. As a result, the annotation was placed on the detail page, and both of the approved applications are noted as incorrect. Returning to the Patriot details page and the section for members who share the Patriot, you have the ability to see the transcription of the application lineage from Generation 4 back to the Patriot. In the column, View Application Data, click on the document icon, as shown here, to open the transcription. Note, it can take a month or more for a new member application to be transcribed by PRS volunteers. If you don't see yours listed, check again in the future. This is what a transcribed lineage will look like. You'll notice this one starts at Generation 4. Generations 1 through 3 are hidden to protect the privacy of potentially living people. New member packets include a copy of your application as approved by staff genealogist and with any corrections they made. Once your application has been transcribed by a PRS volunteer into Patriot Search, please review and compare the transcription against the official application from your member packet. Any errors, such as a missing generation, transposed date, and spelling errors, should be brought to the attention of PRS administrators. Email patriotgraves@sar.org. When saying there may be corrections on your application copy, here's an example of what you may see on your application from your new member packet. Staff genealogists must meet the genealogical proof standard, which is why edits appear on applications. Corrections are usually because the information entered doesn't exactly match what was on the proof documents. If no proof document is provided for each piece of data, then it is placed in a bracket, indicating it is no longer part of the proven data. Additionally, the source of proof may not be acceptable. And there's human error, where something was mistyped on the application. Keep this all in mind when you look at your transcription and then compare it to your corrected application. The next action tab we'll review is Member Search. Once you've entered the last at first name, press the gray search button. The results display the member's name, national number, and the state of service. It will also list all Patriots linked to the members. If you know the name of a family member who is also a current SAR member, may help prove your lineage. The next action tab we'll review is Descendant Search. This allows you to enter the name of any individuals found in your family tree, starting with your great-grandparents and working back. Doing so may help you identify someone in your tree that is also in another member's lineage. And you may just find a new Patriot in your lineage. The Biography action tab allows you to search by the Patriot name, but offers many other ways to search, such as by the author's name or national number, by state society, and by chapter. This can be helpful if you're interested in how many biographies you've written for the PRS. Biographies don't have to be only for your Patriot. They can be written for any Patriot that doesn't have one. So, if you don't see a biography for your Patriot, please consider contributing one. The Cemetery Search action tab allows you to search by cemetery name or location. Also, you can search using the Find a Grave Cemetery number. This will show you a list of all the Patriots that have been identified in the PRS for a particular cemetery, along with a Google map of the location. As a member logged into SAR.org, you have the ability to generate a cemetery book using the data in the PRS. The book, which is generated in Microsoft Word format, can be filtered by state, county, or by town. You can even generate it for a particular cemetery. It gives you an entry for each Patriot shown to be buried there in the PRS databases. It also generates a name index. This is a great report to run when planning a cemetery trip or for a chapter project. Additionally, you can share the report with other organizations, such as local DAR chapters and historical societies. When you're ready to generate a cemetery book, navigate to the Extended Access Action tab in PRS. You'll find a link entitled Generate Cemetery Book under Member Tools. Once you select the filters, the Word document will be generated. We have a great group of volunteer editors helping with the PRS. This entire concept of PRS is homegrown, with 100% of the project coming from SAR volunteers, including the software coding. As an editor, you'd be trained to transcribe lineages from applications into the database. You'll also learn to update various fields in the Patriot details and cemetery tabs. Each record you edit generates a credit towards your SAR volunteer service. This can help you earn a Lafayette Medal for service to the PRS. If you're interested in becoming a volunteer, contact a PRS administrator at patriotgraves@sar.org.
We encourage all our new members to explore the Patriot Research System, the PRS. On behalf of the PRS team, I'm Patriot Pete saying thank you for watching.
This concludes the introduction to the PRS.